Have you ever stood up from a chair and thought, wow, that used to be easier? Or maybe you've reached for something on a high shelf and felt like your arms were staging a little protest? You're not alone. Aging is a beautiful thing. It means you've lived, loved, and gathered more stories than most. But let's be honest, it also comes with a few surprises, like joints that creak like old floorboards or muscles that seem to have packed their bags and taken a vacation. Now here's the good news. You don't need a gym membership, a personal trainer, or fancy equipment to start feeling strong again. What you do need is a bit of movement, a touch of consistency, and a pinch of motivation. That's it. Think of your body like a garden. Even if it's been a little neglected, with some care and regular attention, things can bloom again. Strength doesn't have to fade. In fact, it can grow at any age. Today, we're going to talk about 5 simple movements that can help rebuild your body from the ground up. Movements that aren't just safe and gentle for folks over 60, they're powerful, practical, and can make daily life feel a whole lot easier. We're talking about standing taller, moving better, and saying goodbye to that little groan that sneaks out every time you get out of bed. So let's not waste another minute. Grab a chair, slip on some comfy clothes, and let's start with a movement that might just change how you feel when you get up in the morning. Let's talk about sitting and standing. Sounds simple, right? But don't underestimate it. This one movement is a powerhouse, and it's probably something you already do dozens of times a day. It's called the chair sit to stand, and it's one of the best ways to strengthen your legs, and especially the big muscles in your thighs and hips. Here's how it works. Sit in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the ground, about shoulder width apart. Cross your arms over your chest, or keep them out in front of you for balance if that feels better. Then, slowly stand up, using your legs as much as possible. Don't plop down when you sit again. Control the movement as you lower yourself back down. That control, that's where the strength builds. If you're thinking, oh no, I haven't done anything like this in years, don't worry. Start with what feels doable. Maybe just 3 to 5 sit-to-stands a day. That's fine. You're not training for the Olympics. You're training to live well, to carry groceries with ease, to play with the grandkids, or just to get up from your favorite recliner without feeling like you've run a marathon. And here's the beauty of it. This movement wakes up your entire lower body. Strong legs mean better balance, less risk of falling, and more confidence walking upstairs or across uneven ground. Plus, it sends a message to your muscles. Hey, we still need you. And trust me, your body listens. Now let's take that energy and move upward. Literally. Next up is a movement that works your upper body, especially the arms and shoulders. And we're keeping it simple here too. No dumbbells? No problem. Grab a couple of soup cans or water bottles. We're going to do what I like to call the wall press, a gentle push-up variation that even beginners can handle without breaking a sweat. Though a little sweat is always a bonus, right? Here's what you do. Stand facing a wall about an arm's length away. Place your hands flat on the wall, shoulder width apart. Now slowly bend your elbows and lean in toward the wall, then press yourself back. Think of it like giving the wall a slow, loving hug, then politely pushing it away. Repeat this about 5 to 10 times, or however many you feel comfortable with. This movement might seem easy at first, but don't be fooled. It activates your chest, shoulders, and arms, and it helps with things like opening jars, lifting grocery bags, and even waving hello with a little more oomph. Plus, it's kind on the joints and easy on the wrists. And if you're someone who spends time at a desk or on the couch, this is a perfect antidote to that rounded posture we all slip into now and then. You know the one? Shoulders hunched forward, neck stretched out like a turtle. These wall presses help open up the chest and gently realign the upper body. And it's like telling your posture, time to straighten up, friend. Now I know what you might be thinking. Can these little movements really make a difference? Yes, absolutely yes, because the magic is in doing them regularly, like brushing your teeth or making your morning tea. The more you practice, the stronger you become. And strength brings independence, comfort, and let's be honest, pride. There's something wonderful about knowing your body can still support you, still surprise you, still rise to the occasion. So we've gotten out of our chairs, We've pushed a few walls, nicely of course, and we're already building strength where it matters most. And the best part? You're doing this at your pace, in your home, with your own body. No loud gyms, no complicated equipment, no pressure. And as we keep going, you'll see how these movements connect to real-life tasks, the things that keep us mobile, independent, and feeling like ourselves. We're not chasing six-packs or superhero status. We're chasing strength for life, for dancing at family weddings, tending the garden, and taking walks that feel like freedom. Now that we've started to wake up those leg and arm muscles, it's time to keep the momentum going. If your body could talk right now, it might be saying, "Hey, I remember this." That gentle warmth you're feeling, that's your muscles smiling. They've been waiting for you to check in. Let's keep things simple and grounded. Literally, one of the best things you can do for your entire body is to work on your balance. And no, I don't mean walking a tightrope or doing anything circus-worthy. I'm talking about a small movement that improves coordination, strengthens your legs and core, and helps prevent those dreaded falls that seem to sneak up on us after a certain age. So here's what we're going to do: the heel-to-toe walk. You've probably seen athletes do this on the sidelines, but it's also a favorite of physical therapists who work with older adults. All you need is a little bit of floor space. Your hallway works perfectly. And maybe a wall or countertop nearby to touch for balance. Stand up tall, shoulders back, chin up like you've got a secret to tell the ceiling. Take one step forward, placing your heel directly in front of your other foot's toes. Then do it again, slow and steady. Try 10 steps forward, then turn around and come back. If that feels tricky, that's okay. Use a wall for support or hold on to the back of a chair until you find your rhythm. This movement is sneaky in the best way. It seems simple, but it lights up the muscles in your ankles, calves, thighs, and even your stomach. And more importantly, it teaches your body how to stay upright and react quickly if you ever stumble. That's a life-saving kind of strength, one that gives you peace of mind when walking outdoors or climbing a few stairs. Plus, it builds confidence. And confidence is just as important as muscle, because the moment you stop trusting your balance, you move less. And when you move less, the body starts to tighten up like an old garden hose in winter. But if you move just a little more each day, that stiffness starts to melt and everything flows easier. Now, speaking of melting tension, let's show your back a little love. It's easy to forget how hard your back works. Every time you bend down, reach up, or even stand for a few minutes, your back is in on the action. So let's give it a gentle tune-up with a movement that's as soothing as it is strengthening. It's called the seated twist, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Sit tall in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Rest your hands on your thighs. Now slowly turn your upper body to the right, letting your left hand move to the outside of your right thigh. Hold for a breath or two, then come back to center. Repeat on the left side. You don't need to twist like a pretzel, just enough to feel a gentle stretch in your spine. This simple twist works wonders. It helps with flexibility, improves posture, and even massages your internal organs a bit. Your digestion will thank you later. But more than that, it teaches your body how to rotate safely. You'd be surprised how often we twist without even thinking, reaching for something behind us, turning to talk to someone, or backing out of a parking spot. This movement makes those daily twists smoother and less risky. And let's be honest, when your back feels good, everything feels better. There's no faster way to feel older than a sore back. But when your spine is happy, you stand taller, breathe deeper, and move more freely. It's like giving yourself a little reset button without having to reboot the whole system. By now, you might be feeling a little more alert, maybe even a little proud, which you should be. These movements may seem small, but they're mighty. They're building the foundation for better strength, balance, and movement. And even if you're moving slowly, you're still moving forward, and that's what counts. Now let's not forget about one of the most underrated parts of the body, the core. I know the word core gets tossed around a lot these days, usually by folks in tight workout clothes who seem to have never eaten a donut in their lives. But your core isn't just about getting a six-pack. It's about supporting your spine, stabilizing your body, and helping you do just about everything, from standing up straight to carrying your groceries to lifting a laundry basket without pulling something. So here's a core movement that's safe, seated, and surprisingly effective. Sit in a chair with your back straight and your feet planted. Now place your hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently pull your belly button toward your spine, as if you're trying to zip up a tight pair of pants, and hold it for a few seconds. Then relax. That's it. You're activating your abdominal muscles without even breaking a sweat. You can repeat this little core hug 5 to 10 times, or even just a few to start. It's a quiet exercise. You can even do it while watching TV or waiting for your tea to steep, but it trains your body to stay stable and strong from the inside out. And here's a little bonus. Engaging your core also helps improve your posture. If you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, when did I start slouching like that? This movement is your new best friend. A strong core naturally pulls your shoulders back, lifts your chest, and makes you look more confident, more energized, even a little taller. Who knew? So we've stood and sat, we've pressed, walked, twisted, and hugged our core. Not bad for a few simple moves, right? And we haven't even had to leave the house. These aren't fancy workouts. They're real-life strength builders disguised as everyday movements. The kind of movements that make carrying groceries feel lighter, walking the dog feel easier, and getting through the day feel just a little more joyful. You might not feel like a bodybuilder, and you don't need to. This isn't about looking younger. It's about feeling stronger. And if your body could give you a high five right now, I bet it would. Let's keep this gentle momentum going and give the body just one more chance to surprise you with what it can still do. We've covered a lot so far, and hopefully you're feeling just a little more alive in your body right now. Maybe your spine feels longer, your steps feel steadier, or your breathing feels deeper. That's the quiet magic of gentle movement. It doesn't shout its results, it whispers them, gradually, consistently, until one day you notice, hey, I feel better than I have in a while. Let's bring this all together with one final move that truly ties it all up. Standing calf raises. Don't let the name intimidate you. This one is as simple as it gets, and yet it's one of the most effective ways to strengthen your lower legs, improve circulation, and make walking and climbing stairs much easier. All you have to do is stand behind a sturdy chair or countertop and place your hands gently on it for support. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart. Now slowly lift your heels off the ground, rising up onto your toes as high as you can go, pretending you're trying to peek over a fence to see what the neighbors are up to. Hold for a second, then lower your heels back down with control. Do this movement slowly with focus. Try about 10 repetitions, but listen to your body. If 5 feels good today, that's enough. This isn't about pushing through pain. It's about tuning in, waking up those muscles that have maybe been taking a little too much time off. And don't underestimate those calves. Strong calves help with balance, walking, and even getting out of a low chair. If you've ever had to do that little rocking motion just to stand up, like trying to launch yourself from a recliner, you know what I mean. This movement gives you a little more lift-off power. Plus, it gets your blood flowing, which is great for those of us who've spent a little too much quality time with the couch over the years. By now, you've gently moved nearly every major area of your body, your legs, arms, core, back, and balance systems. And you did it all without any heavy equipment, without jumping around like you're in a workout video from the 80s, and without needing anything more than a chair and a bit of floor space. But maybe most importantly, you did it with kindness. You didn't yell at your body or try to punish it into shape. You worked with it, you listened, you encouraged it to remember what it's capable of. And that's the kind of training that actually sticks. Now you might be wondering, is this really enough? And I want to tell you, yes, absolutely. Strength isn't measured by how much you can lift. It's measured by how steadily you can move through your day, how confidently you can get up out of a chair, reach a high shelf, or carry a bag of groceries from the car without needing to catch your breath halfway up the steps. These small movements add up, like drops in a bucket. At first, you don't notice much, but then one day your knees don't ache quite as much when you stand up. Your balance feels more solid when you reach for something. You find yourself walking a little longer without needing to sit down. And that's when you realize your bucket is starting to fill. You're rebuilding. And yes, you might still have days where everything feels stiff and slow, like your joints had a secret all-night party and forgot to invite your energy. That's normal. Aging doesn't mean you stop having ups and downs. But now you have tools. You have 5 simple movements you can come back to again and again to reset, recharge, and remind your body who's in charge. Let's face it, getting older can feel like everything's shifting under your feet. Your energy, your memory, even your balance. But strength training brings you back to solid ground. It gives you something to stand on, literally and figuratively. And every time you move with intention, you're not just building muscle, you're building resilience, independence, and even a little joy. Because there's something deeply satisfying about knowing that you're doing something for yourself, not to yourself. Something that doesn't require a gym membership or a complicated routine, just a few minutes, a chair, and a willingness to show up. So if you've made it this far, first of all, give yourself a well-deserved pat on the back, and maybe even a little applause. Seriously, go ahead, I'll wait. You've taken a step toward rebuilding your strength, your confidence, and your quality of life. That's not just inspiring, it's downright powerful. And I'd love to hear from you. If you tried any of these movements, or if you've been doing something else that's helped you feel stronger, share it in the comments below. Your story might be exactly the encouragement someone else needs today. If you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips, encouragement, and simple ways to stay strong and independent at every age. This isn't just a fitness journey, it's a life journey, and you don't have to walk it alone. Let's keep lifting each other up, one small movement, one simple habit, and one encouraging word at a time. Here's to feeling strong, standing tall, and living your best life. No matter what the calendar says, you've got this.